Welcome to Unseen Stories, where I post about true life events. In London, 1888. The city was covered in thick fog, and the streets were dark and cold. Poor people filled the alleys, and many women had no choice but to sell their bodies just to survive. But that year, something far worse than poverty haunted the streets whereby a killer. No one could see or start his hunting for women. His first victim was a woman named Mary Ann Nichols. She was found early one morning, lying on the ground with her throat cut and her body badly hurt. People were shocked, but in Whitechapel, murders weren't rare. Life was rough, and death was common. But 2 weeks later, another woman was found dead, which her name is Annie Chapman. Her body had been cut open, and some of her organs were missing. It was clear this wasn't just a random crime. Someone was targeting women, and doing it with purpose. The newspapers exploded with the story. Fear spread through London like wildfire. Every man became a suspect, and every dark corner seemed dangerous. Then, something even worse happened. On the night of September 30th, 2 more women were murdered within an hour. The first was Elizabeth Stride, who had her throat cut but nothing else. The police believed the killer was interrupted. Minutes later, Catherine Eddowes, who was the second, was found dead. Her body horribly mutilated, her organs removed. On a wall nearby, someone had written in chalk, "The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing." No one knew what it meant, but the message only made the panic worse. Not long after, the press received a strange letter. It started with the words, "Dear Boss." The writer claimed to be the killer. He laughed at the police, saying they'd never catch him, and signed the letter, "Yours truly, Jack the Ripper." From that moment on, the name Jack the Ripper would never be forgotten. Weeks later, another letter arrived. This one is even more disturbing. It came with half of a human kidney, and the note said, "From hell." The kidney matched one missing from Catherine Eddowes' body. The city went silent. People locked their doors and stopped walking the streets at night. Then, suddenly, the murders stopped. 4 weeks, London waited in fear, wondering if the nightmare was over. But on November 9th, 1888, it happened again. The final victim, Mary Jane Kelly, was found inside her small room. The scene was beyond horror. Her body was destroyed, her heart missing. It was the most violent crime the police had ever seen. After that, the killer was never heard from again. The police investigated hundreds of suspects. They questioned doctors, butchers, even members of the royal family. Some believed the killer was a man named Aaron Kosminski, who was mentally ill and lived in the area. Others thought it was Montague Druitt, a teacher who killed himself right after the last murder. But no one was ever proven guilty. And so, Jack the Ripper disappeared, like a ghost into the fog. More than 100 years later, no one truly knows who he was or why he did it. His story still haunts London. The mystery remains unsolved. And the name Jack the Ripper still sends chills down the spine. He didn't just kill 5 women, he changed history. He made an entire city afraid of the dark. And even now, when the fog rolls through London, some say his spirit still lingers, watching from the shadows. Please like this video and subscribe for more stories.